Okay. Darkness, black without end. It goes on and on and on. Eyes closed, eyes open. It matters not. The dark is joined by a mysterious sensation, one created by the mingling of blissful sleep with the unease of a terrible, never-ending cold. Is this a dream? Thinking to pinch his cheek, he reaches for his face, but his hand does not move. In fact, his hand has disappeared altogether. He looks at his arms and sees only bone. He looks at his feet and sees they have disappeared, along with the rest of his legs up to the thigh. What body remains begins to leave him, then crumbling into fragments smaller than dust. His body is going. Soon it will be no more. Is this death? Suddenly, he recalls his past. He remembers the time he lived with his sister, and the very act of recollection is like a shooting star. Despite lasting only a moment, it brings color to the darkness. Soon more memories come, gathering atop each other, one after the next, until they meld into a warm and glorious light. I have not played that game, no. Wake up! Wake up! A set of covers are torn from the boy, leaving his eyelids exposed to the merciless sun. Hey there, lazy bones, says the voice again. The boy's vision, blurry at first, gradually grows more clear. Before him, her face aglow with a radiant smile, is his older twin sister, Halua. Morning, Halua. Don't look so cheery, you butt. The teacher's gonna be here any minute. Halua grabs her brother and pulls him beneath the bed with her, where they wait with a host of dust bunnies for their instructor's arrival. The moment Emil starts to ask a question, Halua shushes him by placing a finger over his mouth. Don't start. We agreed to this yesterday. Remember? We're gonna jump on to give the teacher the biggest scare of her life. After a few ticks of the clock, the door opens and a slight woman enters the room. Good morning, Halua. Good morning, Emil. Are you ready for... Emil glances at his sister and sees her trying to stifle a laugh, which has the unfortunate effect of making a laugh rise in him. Then the dust bunnies decide to get in on the act, swirling up into their noses and causing the tricksters to sneeze in unison. Suddenly, the face of their teacher appears in the space between the bed and the floor. There you are, you scamps! This is your fault, says Halua. You ruined it by sneezing! Me? Cries a clearly wounded Emil. You sneeze just as loud! That's enough. Both of you, says the teacher as she attempts to hide her amusement. Crawl out from under there and let me take your temperatures already. The pair happily shimmies out from their hiding place and stands before their teacher. She is a fair woman with a kind voice. One Emil would be happy to listen to for the rest of her life. In fact, he often thought that her waking him in the morning was his favorite part of the day. The teacher finds her seat, huskers down, and lightly pats her leg, to which a happy Emil leaps into her lap. She then slides a chilly thermometer under his armpit, causing a shudder to race through his body. I'm sorry, just be a brave little boy for a little longer, alright? Emil used to hate having his temperature taken daily. The thermometer was just so darn cold, but he's become used to it after being at the facility for the past 2 years. His mother and father had perished in an accident many years before. He'd been told the facility they sent him to was simply a home for orphans such as himself, but he'd always had his doubts. After all, most orphanages weren't staffed by doctors in white coats who held lessons involving the repeated asking of strange questions, nor did they attach wires to the bodies of their charges and force them to enter enormous boxes. The process is endless, the tests unceasing, and yet Emil feels his teacher somehow floats above it all. She would talk to him about everyday problems, read him books, and even share a meal when time permitted. She is the closest thing he has to a mother. With both of their temperatures taken, Emil and Halua wait for breakfast. But something is different this day. Their teacher is strange, somehow off. Emil, she says quietly, do you remember what day this is? Emil looks over to his sister and sees her staring at him with an enormous grin. Nuh-uh, she says. You gotta figure it out yourself. But despite his best efforts, Emil comes up empty. I'm sorry, ma'am, he says at last. I just don't know. With a smile, the teacher reaches into the pocket of her white coat and withdraws a small package. It is a bag, neatly closed with a string and tied at the top with a bright red ribbon. Happy birthday, Emil, she says. In fact, happy birthday to the both of you. Oh, thank you, cries Emil. Can I open it? Of course, replies the teacher. I'm afraid it's nothing so special, but I do hope you enjoy it regardless. Emil carefully unties the ribbon and opens the bag to reveal a small pile of cookies. They are the same snacks they received at the facility, but the fact that they come from his teacher makes them somehow special. As the gas escapes his mouth, his teacher can't help giggling beside him, her eyes fixated on the bright red ribbon all the while. Happy birthday, Halua, says Emil as he reaches into the bag, withdraws the cookie and offers it to his sister. Needing no further encouragement, the girl crams the cookie into her mouth and swallows it in 2 bites. Happy birthday to you too, Emil! Then, as though remembering something, she leaps up and runs to the small chests of drawers the two of them share. After forcing open a stubborn drawer, she pulls out a single sheet of paper hidden under a white coat and runs it back to her brother. Here's your present, she says, thrusting the paper at him with a slightly embarrassed look. When he glances down, he sees the words, Happy birthday, Emil, scrawled in a shaky child's hand, along with a picture of a generously colored person who had clearly been created from every crayon in the box. That was me. Unable to stop himself, Emil wraps his sister in a massive hug. Thank you, he whispers as she returns the embrace just as tightly. I'll make sure to draw you on our next birthday, okay? My sister was there. My teacher was there. It was my birthday. I thought I could never be happier. I'm glad Halua's drawing is the last thing I'll remember. I sense a deep and perfect darkness descending over my eyes and realize my time has come. I'm so terribly cold. As I try desperately to remember what it felt like to be embraced, I wonder if this horrible face is all that's left of me. Halua, I'm sorry. I couldn't keep my promise. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm coming to join you now. Just hold on.
Wake up. Wake up. Please, wake up. Come on, Emil. Wake up already.
Halua, is that you?
You haven't changed a bit, have you, lazy bones?
Halua, have you come for me? Am I dead?
No, Emil. You're not dead. I'm just here to keep my promise.
In that moment, the world of blackness surrounding me explodes with color. Red, yellow, blue, and so many others. Colors I have no names for. Colors I've never even seen. It's like someone is using every crayon in the box.
I'd always be watching over you, didn't I?
Halua, I don't.
Don't worry about it, you butt. Looking after little brothers is just what big sisters do.
Her voice, it's fading.
Sorry, Emil. Looks like I'm out of magic.
Halua, wait! Let me come with you!
You are with me. I'll always watch over you. So we'll always be together.
Halua, no! Don't go!
Don't cry, Emil. I want you to be happy.
Halua...
Promise me that you'll live for both of us.
The darkness enveloping me flows away, replaced by a brilliant blue sky. I don't know where I am or what I'm supposed to do, but it's okay that I'm here. I know that much now. She's given me the courage to accept that. No more crying. I'll live with a smile on my face, because that's the promise I made her.